Hi, Games for Kicks here, and welcome to episode 1 of a new Let's Play I want to do on Lantern Forge. Lantern Forge is a game I picked up in the last few days on a bargain. I think it was indiegames.com or something like that. And I was very intrigued for a while now in this game, and because it seems to have all the elements of a nice survival crafting game, and it's small, so it's nothing on the massive scale. Well, the maps are big, but it's a very nice game. Now you will see in a second. Now it is your typical marked as a sandbox survival game with building, crafting, and it has RPG elements. So you can level up your character, you can learn skills, you can play several different classes, or I don't. You could switch in and out, I suppose. Like and learn class specific skills, make class specific armor that helps you boost the statistics of that class. It is a procedural generated world, so as you discover the world and walk through it, it generates parts of it, and you can see sometimes little text saying like, "Oh, generating world." I'm just looking at the basic description of Steam, and it says Lantern Forge features a massive procedural generated world, plant growth, day-night cycles with dynamic lighting, choose from 4 skill trees to gain special combat and survival abilities, discover hundreds of resource types and recipes for weapons. Now the crafting system seems amazing. Like I really find it very interesting. Travels through 8 different biomes, each home to unique monsters and resources. Now the monsters encounters, I don't find them that they're great. You can die easily. They're challenging in that sense, but they're very simplistic done, and that doesn't hurt the game at all, in my opinion. It actually also takes a bit the emphasis away from the combat. That it's not something you necessarily like need to always do, but it is a great part. It is an important part. So don't let me belittle it. It is a big part. Combat is a big part of the game. You can build your own little towns. You can build your own little buildings. A pity it is that it is a single-player game, so you cannot share your map with other people or let other people build things in it. You can dig down up to 90 levels underground in search for the rarest and most powerful materials. So this is the lowdown on Lantern Forge, and without any further delay, let's get started. Let's start my timer. Here we go. Okay, now I already played a little bit. Now let's create a new game. You know what? I'm gonna name her Serenity Breach. Now I always like that game for a little rogue, something like that. So I'm gonna probably make this. Actually, will I make this a caster lady? Yeah, you know, why not? Make it a caster lady. And let's give her some pink hair, fiery red hair, and we should name her Pyro just to be completely stereotypical. No, I would say fair pink. Yeah, that should be alright. Serenity. There you go. And let's play Serenity. Now it took me a while to figure out that crafting system as well. I didn't really read many help menus about it. Now this is the world. Movement is basically you can left click where you want to go, or you can just hold down the left mouse and the character will follow you. Now as you also have to click on items with the left mouse to gather, you sometimes accidentally click on something to the left. What you also can use, you move the W key. Pressing the W key makes the character follow the mouse pointer, so you don't have to left click, so you can give your little finger a rest. So that's the basic of the movement anyway. Now let's get right to it. So to gather, you simply hit things. A pile of logs you can hit, a pile of stones you can hit, and you can see when they burst, you see 2 loose stones, 3 loose stones. You pick up the loose stone. Now when you gather, when you hit a pile of sticks or a pile of logs, you end up with sticks, and sometimes also with extra common logs. You can also do trees, but hey, it says you need a stone axe, so you need bigger weapons if you want to productively, or not weapons, like tools. So in the beginning, let's just do some plugs. Oh, you see mushrooms dropped from that as well, so you get like random drops. You can eat mushrooms or can use them to cook. We want to pick up some tall grass in the beginning as well, because you use tall grass to make a bed. A bundle of grass and some wheat. So grass also drops wheat, which you can use to farm, to grow your own food. Now food is always something that's straight away going to be a problem for you. Down here, this is your hotbar. Just like any other game that you played before with hotbars and hotkeys, these bars here are your specialized action keys for whatever mode you're in. In the moment you're in build mode, which allows you to break and place objects. You see here the action menus is display build range indicator, so I can see, hey, if I move up to here I can build something, place it. Here I would have to continue walking. Here I can rotate items. Here I can place items on the ground, which is like stairs, for example. So you place them on the ground floor so that they go down. Other items you simply place on top of the ground. Now, pressing the spacebar goes into battle mode or combat mode, which allows you to execute spells and skills, which you can move here. You haven't learned any in the beginning, so we get into that later. And then you also can't accidentally click on items to forage them, so you can fully focus on combat and click on the enemy instead of the items. Now we have an inventory. Whatever is in slot number 1 is what seems to be showing up here, so which is a bit weird, but it's your main bar. Now let's move all this into here to make a bit of room. There seems to be no shortcut key on placing items. No, I'm placing items into your inventory, so there's no shift left click or anything what you might be used to do from other games, so you have to manually do a lot. This is in general with this game, that you have to do a lot of manual drag and drops. Okay, this is your, as we said, your inventory. This is what you can, your character screen as well, on what you can wear, your rings, armor, it all goes in here. There's your current DPS, your current armor. Furthermore, on this side you have the skill screen. In the moment we don't have any skill points, so we don't get anything. As you can see here, you can have knight skills, which focus on melee combat, hunter skill tree, which focuses on ranged combat, traps, you know, typical hunter stuff. Then the mage skill tree, so this is what I want to focus on. Fireballs, fireball, concentration, add 10 points to maximum mana, great. This here is your mana level. This here is your energy, your fatigue, as it says there. Sleep will replenish it, so we need to make a bed. This one here is not really class specific in that sense. All these guys here seem to focus more on the class you want to play. This guy here is more generic, as in higher health or movement speed increased. Now if you play a melee guy, I would say higher health is more important. If you play a ranged guy, you have to keep your distance, I would say maybe this is more important. But again, it's up to you. You can put your skill points wherever you want. Now on the other side you have the character screen. The character screen, it's weird that the inventory, that the actual character gear is not there. On the character screen you can see your health points, your mana points, again what you have down here, some crit, dexterity is what you use usually for hunters, strengths for melee combat, intellect for damage done by wands and staves, and staves, I don't know, and it determines mana regeneration rate, as you can see in the description. So we want to focus on mage, so I'm going to focus on intellect and all that during the course of the game, but we'll get back to that when we get actually levels and points to spend on this. You also see the crafting screen here. This I found it very confusing in the beginning, but it's actually quite easy to find things. If you can't search, you don't have a search feature, you can't type in anything, but you can see, oh, light armor, can't make any, can't make any, can't make any heavy armor. Tools and weapons, there we go. Stone axe, it automatically shows you, you need stone, you need wood or sticks, and craft this. Now there is no crafting button, as in you don't click a button This button will just reset what you have placed in there. So this will place automatically the items you have in the green means you have them, you can craft. To craft, you click the actual item. Click, and you get eggs experience. So you get experience for crafting, which is great. So now I have a stone axe. A stone axe I can use now to chop the tree. Left click the tree when you have the stone axe selected, and there you go. You have different types of trees. This is a maple tree. Maple tree, you can get maple saplings or common logs, or if you, for example, hit the large maple tree, you see also the icon on the top in the middle. It is the shape of an axe or something, so you can see that this is what you should be using as a preferred tool. Now you see I also got a pristine birch log. So from trees you get sometimes these random, you get a lot of common logs, and you get these the common logs like this, or you can find special logs. Special logs are used for some crafting recipes. In the beginning we need a lot of wood and we need a lot of stone. Now as you're using a tool, its durability goes down. So to not waste durability, I always move back into a non-tool slot when I want to crush items that I don't need tools for. Just hold down left click and there you go, and then walk over the item. Now I want to clear this area here because I want to start building around here. The first thing I need to make is a bed, so I want to get more grass. And if you look at the crafting screen, which with I you open inventory, with T you open the crafting screen. Now if I look at the crafting screen, I look at workbenches. This is workbenches. So what we need for food straight away is a stone oven. A stone oven needs 10 stone. We also would need straight away a gardening bench is nice as well straight away, because it allows you to turn certain things into seeds. So if you find an apple, you turn them into apple seeds, so you grow more apple trees. If you find a mushroom, you can turn it, instead of eating it for 5 points, in a stone oven you can cook it for, I think, mushroom pie or whatever, and it gives you 20 points of food or hunger. If you, this is your hunger bar. If your hunger bar is, I think, over 50%, your health replenishes. If it is below 50%, it stagnates. So if you lose health, you cannot get health up. I haven't found actually any health regeneration items now yet. The other benches require copper. Copper and things like this you find underground. This is what this little hole is here for, as you can see here, but I'm not going down there yet, which will go down a level. As the description earlier, as I read from Steam, is you can dig down 90 levels. So you just make more stairs and you can go further down. Level 4 or 5 you start getting good copper ore, but they also have enemies down there, so careful. Now, the first thing we want to focus on, as we said, is the stone oven, which requires 30 stone. So I leave my inventory open so you can see I have 12 stone. Now I have 16. Maybe it goes faster if I would have a pickaxe. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this open, go to tools, and a stone pick. Stone pick. Oops, I accidentally dropped the sapling. Whoops. I have to get used to, sometimes I press keys and think I can walk, but I forget it's the W key only. So if I have that, do I have to hit them more? 3 times. Okay, and without a tool in my hand. Without a tool. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So yeah, you definitely want to use a tool then to hit these stones, otherwise it's taken forever. So 1, 2, 3. Do we have enough now? We have 30. So let's just pick up these 2 so we have some spare. And you see the trees growing as well as you like, you could be standing there for a while and all of a sudden a tree becomes bigger, which is great. So it's like an active world, like where things are growing, and it's beautiful. Okay, what we also need, so we can start farming straight away, is a hoe. So we go here and make a stone hoe. 3 stone, 1 stick. Stone hoe, beautiful. Now we also said we want to make straight away a stone oven. So let's make the stone oven, click on it. Now you see down here you have 8 and 9 for rotation. So I can press the number 8 and 9 to rotate my item. If you turn 7, you can see the placement circle. If I go out of it, I can't place the item. So let's just place it right here. Right click to place, left click would drop the item, and then you have to walk over it again to pick it up. Now once you have this item placed, right click to see the crafting the items you can craft here. So again, same categories. You can't make armor. You can only make crafting components. So here, and of course everything else, the don't know what it falls under. Crafting component, misc, well, all in crafting components. So what we have here is, for example, the good thing about this is if you don't know ingredients too much and you want to know what you can do, for example, with an apple, you just put an apple down and it says, oh, if you have an apple, you can make apple pie. Sure, you need other ingredients, but it shows you that an apple is part of the recipe, or maybe the only ingredient to that recipe of apple pie. So the next thing I also wanted to craft straight away, so it helps me farming, is the gardening bench, which I only need 4 logs for, so why not? Let's put the gardening bench over here. Yeah. If I right click it, you can see all that, so I can actually put the apple in there. And you see apple tree saplings. Oh, I need actually a block of dirt and some bottle and a bottle of water. Okay, that's interesting to know. A bottle of water. Again, if you go over here, you can see, for example, that a bottle of water. This is alphabetically organized. No. That a bottle of water I can probably only craft from the main crafting menu. Bottle of water. I can't see it now. Okay, we'll get back to that. But you can craft it with clay. So you find clay and then you can do all that. Oh look, there's an enemy here coming close to me, so I better want to make my bed. My bed should be in decorations. And grass bed. 8 grass, 2 logs. Here's my bed, and I will just place it here for now. If I go and click on my bed, I will replenish this and I will sleep until morning. The time you can see on the top right, we have morning right now. This moves to afternoon, to evening, to night. Okay? This is your location panel. You can see where you are. Once you use the bed, you're bound to it. So if you die, you pop up back there. So like in other games, they do something similar. Now, the next thing I need is a workbench for a tailoring table. Well, I need iron ingots, so I need to start thinking about going down there and starting to look after some ingots. But first I want to farm and start growing food. So I will use my stone hoe, excuse me, the stone hoe, and we'll go close to my table here. And use this. Oh, my alarm just went off. Okay, so I think as an intro, maybe for the first episode, that is plenty. And I shall see you in the next episode, where we'll go more into farming to get your food started straight away and go from there. Okay, so thank you for watching, and I see you next time in episode 2.